time by Sparrow, and the circus is on.
What's up, YouTube? It's Tight Night, YouTube Taz Life. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitch. Let's go. Let's get into it. It's called NBA Legends Explain Why Manu Ginobili Was a Monster. Let's go. Remove this off the screen. Stop screen. Share screen. All right. Let's go.
That was some nasty now. That was beyond nasty. That was filthy.
Hey guys, this is Dominique Wilkins.
Hey, this is Sean Kemp.
This is Gary Payton.
Hey, this is Pau Gasol.
NBA fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean David.
Hey guys, good day to y'all. How's it going? My name is Sean David and I welcome you back to the Basketball Time Machine, your NBA old school show. In today's episode, I want to, for the first time, take a look at NBA legends talking about Manu Ginobili, a player that even we old school fans, and even though he has retired for a couple of years, I have the feeling that, yeah, we got to give this guy a little bit more respect because he was one of the purest basketball players of the 2000s. So in this video, we're going to take a look at NBA legends talking about Manu. But before we start with that, let me ask you guys for a small favor. If you're new to the show, please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoy the content. All right, you guys, let's go for it. Now, the first player's opinion that I want to take a look at is from Dirk Nowitzki and Tim Duncan, obviously a former teammate. Two players that had, quite a few not only run-ins, because I know that Manu was not easy in practice, but also had good relationships with Manu Ginobili.
He was doing all the little things. And when the game was on the line, he was there making big shots.
Here's Ginobili, a three.
Making big plays on both ends of the floor.
Spotted by Ginobili. There's the buzzer. This ball game is over.
You have no choice but to enjoy playing with someone like that. Someone who has such a high basketball IQ, has such a high competitive nature, who's out there just to win.
Feeds it to Tim at the buzzer. Backed it in.
And the next player's opinion that I want to take a look at is from Scottie Pippen, a player who, just like Manu Ginobili, also had to sacrifice a lot during his NBA days. So let's take a look what Scottie has to say on The Jump.
Scottie, I saw your face over there. He sacrificed for this team.
Oh my God.
That's a sacrifice.
Sacrifice might have been too much.
He gave up a lot.
Right? He also gave up that starter's role.
Yes.
Also, I mean, he was a starter on the team. He was not on the border. He was definitely starter level. Can you imagine them coming to you and saying, "Oh, we actually just think you'll give us a little more off the bench"?
You know what? That just goes to tell you that the game is bigger than any individual. And him using this as an example, coming off the bench, sacrificing, not being an all-star for years, just giving up that superstar role completely and sacrificing for the benefit of the San Antonio Spurs, the championships that they've won. Yep. When you win, good things come out of it. And this is a prime example of a guy that believed in that.
His list is his list. You're the most exciting European player that I've seen, period.
Like, honestly, like the fact that someone could be that much focused on just winning and for the better of the team, it's like, okay, I trust you. Like I trust Popovich. Like a lot of players have egos, but that just tells you about his character, because he could have went the other route where it's like, okay, no, I'm going to a different team and I'm gonna put up 25 a game to 20 to 30 a game and not win anything. But he's like, you know what? I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna do the best I can in this position. And that's what he did. I think he's the best six man of all time. and he got some championships. We all know that Manu is definitely one of the best shooting guards to ever touch a basketball. Even in his position, I think he's one of the best. If you want to put him in your top 10, top 15, shoot, people might have been putting him in the top 5 if he went to a different team and did what he did, but he probably wouldn't have as many championships as he has now. He probably wouldn't have been as successful as far as like team achievements. He might get individual accomplishments, but the team achievements probably wouldn't have been the same because it's the Spurs. He had the best team. He couldn't ask for a better team, so he had to buy into the system, and that's what he did. He could have started. He could have definitely started. He had the talent to start. There's no one in the shooting guard position that was better than him. He was the best shooting guard in the team. He was the best scorer on the team, but he decided to take the back seat. He decided to be humble about it. He was the third option, but he was a sixth man. So it's like he's coming off the bench, but he's lighting a fire into the second lineup, and it was very dangerous that he was coming off the bench, to be honest. And it was probably the best thing to do, and that's why they were so dangerous. I think Popovich was a genius, and they just needed somebody that had that drive and had the mentality and the competitive nature to come off the bench and light a fire and motivate the second lineup to be the best they could possibly be. And I think everybody from 1 through 12 was playing at their best because everything was evened out through both lineups because of Manu Ginobili. Yeah, I think it was definitely a good decision by Popovich, because maybe their second lineup would have been mediocre if Manu wasn't coming off the bench. But I feel like he's probably making players off the bench better, and making their team better. And you have someone coming off the bench and just going crazy after they just contained the lead or even started up a lead, and then Manu just blows it out the water. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's Manu.
So forget his list.
Period, or just in terms of that?
The most exciting.
Even
the most exciting.
What about Petrovic?
The most
Petrovic?
The most exciting. Petrovic could score.
Oh yeah,
but he wasn't. The most exciting. Who you seen dunk like this man here? On somebody.
Has him at 20%. But that's hot garbage, isn't it, Jalen? Because he is for sure going into the Hall of Fame, isn't he?
And a lot of people take for granted this the Basketball Hall of Fame. So it's the totality of everything he's accomplished, in particular his international experience. So I definitely, based on that, believe he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Would you, if you had to name best sixth man over the course of the years, where would you put him?
He's in the conversation. Jamal Crawford has won the award 3 times. Manu Ginobili's been in a different position because Pops keeps the minutes down during the regular season. You know this better than anyone. But at the moments where he's come up big, it made me write down a couple, and I wanted to recall as a Spurs fan.
Let me hear it.
What you think of or what you were doing when these plays happened.
Oh, wow.
How about in 2005, Game 7, Detroit Pistons, when Manu scored 11 of his 23 points.
I love it.
in the fourth quarter. You remember that one?
Yep. Go on.
Okay. What
It's like a good memory lane.
what about the block on James Harden?
That was because everyone, he's old man Ginobili. People didn't think he still had it in him, and he still had it in him.
What about the dunk on Chris Bosh?
That's just a mismatch in size that makes everybody root for the underdog. So, of course, yeah.
Game winner against the Golden State Warriors, 2013 Western Conference playoff.
Do you have my favorite one on there? I mean, it's basically the whole game, but it's 2014 Game 5. That was the one where I think I lost my mind. And by the way, 100% sober. Lost my mind. I had never been so excited to see anything in my entire life. This game, this Spurs team was fueled that year off of the bad taste left in their mouth from the year before and the Ray Allen 3 and everything that went down there. And then this, it is just... We watched this guy. Look, I'm literally losing my mind. I was not lying about that. I feel like he entered San Antonio almost as if he was already a vet leader. Mm-hmm. He leaves as one of the all-time fan favorites. He's established such a great place for himself in that community. It's hard to name guys that they've loved more. He is definitely on that short list of guys that fans have genuinely cared for at the course of his career. And Stoked.
They've added the Argentine player, Nanu. Look at this, Ginobili.
I'm anxious to see what the guys we've added can do. Manu Ginobili, supposedly he's a great find. He's the best player in Europe, supposedly.
Manu, he was an uncommon competitor, when he arrived, and already very accomplished.
You may recall him from this past summer, and he led the Argentinian national basketball team at the World Basketball Championships to beat the USA.
Everybody knew who Manu was. He was the best player overseas. So I was just excited to get him here. I said, Timmy, you're going to really like this guy. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
He walks up to me like, hey, Manu Ginobili, I'm with the Spurs. No, you're not. I assumed he was another one of the
experiments.
Yeah, experiments that I would never beat.
Manu, what did you just tell him to do? And what did I tell the team we're in to start the quarter? That's your problem.
Remember, first year you were here, when we practiced, you'd have to play against Bruce a lot. And Bruce used to beat the absolute crap out of you. That's when I kind of started believing or started seeing that he had something, that he was as good as advertised.
Not that I didn't understand it, but it frustrated me. Like saying, "The hell, it's my teammate."
Yeah.
So he challenged me, and it was funny. It made me better.
At some point in that first year, I said, "Why do you do that? Why? What are you?" He goes, "I am on it. This is what I do." And from that day on, we pretty much let him do what he does. Keep shooting. Keep shooting it, follow through. Be brave, be aggressive. So he taught me to be a little bit more patient, to widen my horizons, think out of the box a little bit more. And it was great.
We went through so many things in so many years. Always being old. It seems like everybody always calls us vets. But I think we always competed with class. But it's hard to tell what I'll remember, besides the situation so unique before so many years with the same coach and all that. And I think that togetherness is what I'll remember.
You still wearing cargo pants that feel like cardboard? That's why you need bearskin cargo pants. The 6
doesn't necessarily capture his impact. He was only twice an All-Star, never averaged 20 points. The highest he ever got was third-team All-NBA, but a crucial part of 4 championship teams who played a style that no one has replicated.
Okay, but like a 6-man getting third team All-NBA is unheard of. Like, who else has done that? Like, has Jamal Crawford done that? Has James Harden done that? When they were when he was a 6-man? Has Lou Will done that? Like, I'm trying to think of other 6-men. That's unheard of. Third team, but he's coming off the bench on his own team. Like, come on. That's unheard of. And then it's rare for a 6-man to make it to the All-Star game. It's happened before, but it's rare. So the fact that he's getting these accomplishments, these individual accomplishments coming off the bench, it tells you something. He's different. Like, he's different. He's different than all the other 6-men. Jamal Crawford was great. That's definitely that's another guy that could have been insane if he was given the keys to another team. I'm not sure if it would have been winning basketball, but he would have dropped a lot of points. He dropped a good amount of points before, 50 points here and there. But it's like Jamal Crawford, Manu Ginobili. We know them as the best 6-men of all time. But Manu Ginobili, we saw that he could play in a system and win. We never saw that from Jamal Crawford. So that's why I put Manu over Jamal Crawford. And I really feel like if Manu would have went to a different team, he would have been the star player. He would have been the superstar. I don't know how many All-Star games Jamal Crawford has. I don't know if he has any. I don't know how many All-NBA team Jamal Crawford has. I don't know if he even made third team NBA or second team. I don't know. I don't think so. So, like, knowing that separates him from all those guys. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. That's what I believe.
Well, if you add in, obviously, Matt, we talk about his international experience,
Right.
but the Hall of Fame takes into account Manu Ginobili, for sure a Hall of Famer, but it's the role that Manu played and accepted in San Antonio that's one of the more spectacular parts about his career, to have that kind of production for that long and to be that consistent. El Contusion, as I called him back in San Antonio, deserving of a Hall of Fame induction, and certainly deserving, Matt, of all the praise from all the players over the past couple of days who've reached out via social media and let Manu know just how much of an inspiration as a player he was, how much of a pleasure it was to compete against him. But you saw a lot of international younger players say, "You're the reason why I dreamt that it was possible for me to have the opportunity to play in the NBA."
You know, the thing with Manu Ginobili is, and I got to be honest to you guys, it took me a while to really appreciate him because obviously I don't want to say I lost interest in the NBA after the 2000s, but it got less and less over the years. And because he played in an era where basketball became more the game that it is nowadays, it took me a while to appreciate the few guys that still play basketball the right way. There was a Tim Duncan, there was a Manu Ginobili, there was a Dirk Nowitzki. There were still guys that I could really appreciate, but it took me a while. And I got to be honest, Manu Ginobili to me is one of the greatest players of the 2000s. And even though I don't believe that he would ever have been a superstar, the guy had a phenomenal game. He had a huge back. He played really competitive. He wanted to win. He was a team player. He sacrificed a lot. And if you like basketball, pure basketball, you got to give the guy respect. So this is what I wanted to do in this episode. Let me know in the comments below how you think about Manu Ginobili. And hopefully I'll see you next time on the basketball.
You don't think he would have been
time machine?
He doesn't think Manu Ginobili would have been a superstar? I'm thinking, like, just based off of who James Harden turned into, I feel like that would have been the same exact thing. Honestly, like, if he was on a team, it's like, I'm going to give you the ball and you could just do what you want, like green light. Manu Ginobili had that in like a certain role, and it, like when you pass him the ball when he gets off the bench, and he's like, he's just gonna go, go. But he's averaging under 20 because he's on limits. He's on minutes restriction. So James Harden, when he left OKC, he was never on minutes restriction. Give him the ball, get out the way. If Manu had that situation, it might be the same thing. I feel like he could have been a superstar if that was the situation, based off of his skill set, the things he would do. When Tony Parker was out, he would go for 40, almost 50 points. And you have assists too. Like, come on now. You don't think he could do that on a night-to-night basis or every other game if he was on a different team and it was his team? Come on now. You don't think Manu would have been a superstar? I'm sorry. If you're watching this, I don't agree with that. All due respect, I don't. I believe he would have been a superstar if he was given the green light on a team and he was the main guy. I feel like he just had to take a step back, be humble, and that would be the winning basketball way of him coming off the bench, being the third option, coming off the bench and taking the opportunities he can. And certain points of the game, he takes over. And that's what it was. And then when someone's out, he fills in and goes for 40. He was a secret weapon. He wasn't really a secret, but it's like he's the third guy. He's coming off the bench, but he's the best scorer. So, I mean, I feel like Popovich, yeah, he had his ways with that that method and that scheme. So, yeah, but that was some great videos. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow if you're on Twitch. I'm going to say a prayer. I'm going to end this off. In the name of Jesus, I pray whoever's watching this video, bless everybody from the crown of their heads to the soles of their feet. Allow to be strong in their mind, body, and soul. Everything they go through, in the name of Jesus, I pray in their life, allow them to understand that God is with them. And there's tests, there's trials, there's tribulations. I pray that no matter what situation they're put through, allow them to understand that it's a test. And once they get through these situations and put God first, God's going to reward them no matter what the situation and everything. Any situation that's like good, any situation that's bad, both ways you're supposed to love God and not question God and stay the course and not give into your flesh and deny your flesh and be of the spirit, not of the world. So in the name of Jesus, I pray, allow everybody to follow that. Amen. So stay blessed, stay lit, and I'm out.